hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a nurse Q&A. It's been highly requested by so many people, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and make sure you like, subscribe and comment down below if you enjoyed this video. Okay, so I have quite a few questions to get through today. My first question is, what is the toughest situation you've had to face so far? Probably dealing with the deaths of the residents or patients, whatever you want to call them. We call them residents where I'm at. So probably dealing with the deaths of residents and actually having to do their afterlife cares. That's the most toughest I've had to do so far. My question number 2 is, what shift do you prefer and why? So obviously we've got morning, afternoon, night. And personally I go for the night shifts, only because there's a few reasons actually. One, you have more time to do your work, as in the work logs, and you have more time to actually not get to know the residents as such, but you get to know their perks. So like, for an example, if one resident buzzes and you know who that is going to be, during the day you do know that as well, but during the day it's a lot more hectic and it's a lot more full on, so I'd rather the nights. That's why I haven't been uploading, because I've been working so many nights, so I'm really sorry about that. But in saying that, I really love my job. Number 3, and this is the most asked question, is what made you become a nurse? What made me become a nurse is I lost my pop when I was young, and I think seeing my grandmother in somewhat ways being alone, and like the family was a bit like, whenever people visited she was so happy, and like, she's not in a nursing home or anything, but like when I went out with her, like, I loved being around the elderly. I grew up around the elderly, so it was just a common nature with me. I get along with people young and old, so I just love the elderly. I love how they can tell the stories. Like, I've got an elderly couple where I work at the moment, and they've been married 75 years. Like, it's stories like that, or a story that I got told by a resident herself. She's legally blind, and she self-taught herself how to play the piano, and I think, if I'm correct, she played for the World War I or II veterans when they came back to Australia. So it's pretty incredible of the stories. Love looking at old wedding photos as well. It's just an amazing job. Like, yes, it's demanding, but it's well worth it in the end. Number 4, what did you do before nursing? I tried childcare. Don't get me wrong, as I said, I get along with kids, I get along with elderly, everyone, but childcare wasn't for me, so I went into aged care. My next question is, what's your favourite part about nursing? which I've already answered in one of the old, in the question number 3. Just being able to hear the stories and just being able to actually be there for them. I know a few residents that actually don't get any visitors, which is quite sad. And you brighten up their day by going in and saying, "Oh, hello, Margaret," or "Hello, Judith," and they seem really happy. Like, it's crazy to think that someone would actually just dump and run their family member at a nursing home without giving them a fair warning. So that's what I think is my favourite. The next question is, what are some pros of working in nursing? Pros, you get to work with the elderly. Also some pros, you get to hear their stories. You get to know them. You see them as family. It all depends on the person. Like, you have to have a caring nature to be in aged care. I would say you have to have a kind heart, and it's just how you make it. I see that pros for me is getting to know the resident, and actually being there for them when they don't have anyone, or even when they're down and upset, they can actually reach out to you and say, "Look, hey, I need some help." It's just being there for them. The next question is, what are some cons of being a nurse? And yes, I'm gonna say it, we do white bumps. It's not, for me, that's not a con. It's a part of the job. A con, and don't get me wrong, it's not a con. I wouldn't classify it as a con, but just being there for the residents, and then they sadly pass away, and then being the one to tell the family, or being around the RN in charge or whatever to tell the family, it does break my heart. That's probably the only con I would say that there is of being a nurse. My next question is, do I want to do any further studies? I think I do. At this particular time, I do. But who knows, that could change. I've had a ex-matron, which is a resident that I've got at the moment, that wants me to become an RN because she's seen me grow over the past 9 months, and she just loves how I work, and she's asked me so many times if I want to be an RN, and look, I don't want to be an RN, I would rather be an EN. If you don't know the difference between each other, they're practically the same. They both deal with medication, but RN's more, I would say, more skilled as such. They have authority over, sadly, when a resident passes, they have to be there, they have to observe, they have to do everything, where an EN can do that too. An RN has more authority over an EN, which at the moment I don't want to do it yet. I want to wait at least 5 years till I become an EN. I'm loving my AIN, which is assistant in nursing. RN is in registered nurse, and then EN is in enrolled nurse. So I'm loving my nurse assistant at the moment. I get to know my residents a bit more, so like I might go up a bit, maybe, I'm not too sure at the moment. It comes and goes, like I do but then I don't, do but I don't, but it all comes in time, I would say. How long have I been nursing for? At my particular nursing home that I'm at now, I've been there for for 9 months. But all up, I would say just over a year. I did work with a different company, which I'm not going to name, and I only lasted 2 weeks there, so I wouldn't really practically call that working as such. But in saying that, I had 6 months of voluntary experience, so I did get to know a bit about the job, and so just over a year, I would say. And the last question for the day is, what would I say to a newly grad nurse? Don't get me wrong, I didn't go to TAFE. I went through a course I was lucky enough to only be 4 months. But I would say to a newly grad nurse is, welcome to the nurse lifehood. Be ready for a long journey ahead, but good luck with everything, and never forget that, like, treat them as you would as your own family. I see many nurses either on the news or in person that have been there in way too long, and they're treating the residents way too nasty, and it's just not on. So yeah, those are the questions today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.